Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Denzel, you're watching the Gamecast, and today we're back with a brand new video, and as I promised, it's about Dragon's Dogma 2. So for me this was a highly anticipated game which I couldn't wait to play, because I'm a huge RPG fan. I'm a very big fan of all the Witcher games and the Elder Scrolls, and especially Skyrim, but also the Elder Scrolls Online. So this was right into my alley, at least I expected it to be. Since I didn't play the first game, I did watch a couple of videos about it. I didn't look into it too deep, because of course I didn't want any spoilers, and I wanted to experience it myself. So the game started off pretty well with character creation. I spent a lot of time building my character, and of course I tried to create Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher. So you also have to pick a class for your character. So normally I go with a mage or an archer, but this time I was like, well, let's try something else, so I went with the thief. So apparently picking the wrong class in the beginning of the game is the biggest mistake you can make throughout the whole game. So I picked the thief because I usually don't pick a thief, so I was like, I wanted to try something different. But after playing for a couple of hours, I didn't really like the combat, I didn't really feel it, and I was like, maybe I want to play a mage or maybe I want to play an archer. But now comes the clue, you can't change your character, you can't change your class, you can't do anything about it. You cannot even create an extra character to play with. So if you want to change everything or whatever, you can't. You have to restart the game and you'll lose everything. So you're really stuck with the character you choose from the beginning. And if you don't like it, well, you're fucked. You have to restart everything. So that's a big L for me. So I was almost 10 hours in when I was completely done with the character, but I wasn't going to start the full game over again because I couldn't change my character, so I just dealt with it. So I get it, I chose a character at the beginning of the game, and it was a class for a thief. And of course I noticed when I chose the character he was wearing daggers. But one thing I didn't know is that I was stuck to the daggers throughout the whole game. So you can go to a fucking store to buy weapons, and you can buy all kind of weapons, but your character can't use anything else than the class you picked for. So I didn't know when I picked the thief class, I was stuck to the fucking daggers. Of course I noticed he was using daggers in the beginning, and on the picture he was holding daggers. But apparently you can't use anything else. So if you go to the store to buy other weapons, well, you can buy as many weapons as you want, but you can only use the daggers as your weapon because it's your main class. So when you're a fucking swordsman, you can only get swords and shields. Of course, I played a couple of RPGs, and also with Skyrim, you can, like, focus on becoming a mage, but halfway through the game, if you want to fucking wear a sword, you can still buy a sword and cut people in half with it. You're not stuck to using spells or whatever. And with this game, it is. I picked a thief, and I couldn't use anything else than daggers. And eventually, you're done with the daggers, because the combat is not that advanced. So the whole combat system doesn't really revolve a lot of skill. It felt kind of like a hack and slash game, which is really boring, because mostly you're fighting monsters throughout this game. So the most amount of hours you're fighting, and the combat system is just very simple. There's no parrying involved or anything like it. Most videos I came across about Dragon's Dogma 2 were videos about how great the game is, how great it looked, and mostly positive reviews. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't want to step on anyone's toes and I don't want to hurt any feelings, but maybe it was just not my game, it was just not meant for me, because maybe I'm not a player that enjoys games like this. The world looked pretty beautiful, I'm not gonna argue with it, it's a pretty beautiful world, but the game kind of felt a little bit chunky. My character walked around like he was a fucking Barbie doll or something, or a Minecraft character. The stamina was the worst part of the whole game. So maybe not the worst, but still it did annoy me quite a bit, because the character just had no stamina at all. I couldn't move for 10 meters or he would stop moving and catch his breath. The same within combat. The stamina would run out so quickly and he would just stop moving, and then I would die because people could hit me and I couldn't do anything to protect myself. So let's leave that behind, let's talk about storytelling, because the storytelling is very important to me. I'm a very big story-driven player, especially with RPGs. I love a world where you can explore a lot and have a lot of very big side quests. Well, side quests aren't really a thing here. You do have side quests, but they're not very sophisticated. It doesn't really mean much. There's not really in-depth character building behind any side quest. So since the side quests didn't really mean much, I didn't really feel attracted to do them, so I kind of skipped the side quests. I did a couple of them, but most of them exist out of collecting a couple of plants or killing one monster, so I really left that behind me. But now we get to the main story, and you expect a very nice main story if you hear me talk about the side quest not meaning much and the combat system not really that interesting. Well, for some people the gameplay is perfect, but now we get to the main story and you would expect a very great storytelling there, but it's kind of lacking also. So for me, the first couple of hours of the game were fucking boring. I really couldn't get through it. I was expecting me to quit the game after a couple of hours, because there wasn't really much storytelling. The game kind of felt chunky. Walking around felt like a Minecraft character. And fighting the monsters wasn't really interesting because I couldn't really do much. The dodging system is, well, just dodging away, but it's not It's not that sophisticated. You can't really parry enemies. You just have to climb them, hit them till they die, and that's it. Then besides that, the storytelling wasn't really in-depth. I wasn't feeling the story. I wasn't drawn into the story. I just started walking around, lifting some stones, fighting one monster, and after that just walking around through nature for fucking 1.5 hours to get to the first main point where the story should have started. But the story didn't really start. I just was doing side quests all the time. At least it felt like I was doing side quests all the time, even though I was like following the main story. As I said at the beginning of the video, I came across a lot of videos on YouTube where people were being very positive about this game. And I'm just going to be very honest, but I'm not even talking about the PC port issues. Because essentially I bought this game for the PC, but I started playing it on the PlayStation 5 because it just wasn't running on the PC. But I'm not going to burn this game down because of the PC port issues, because I really don't care. It's a waste of money, but still, I want to talk about how the game is when it runs perfectly. So with that being said, I just don't like this game. I don't recommend it, so don't hate me for it. It's just my opinion. The main quest just felt like side quests. The side quests, well, yeah, they were just complete shite. I'm stuck to my character that you choose from the beginning. I can't go around the character at all because I have to use daggers the whole time. I can't use a different piece of armor from a different class because I'm stuck to the fucking thief or to the mage or whatever. I can't create a character besides my main character, so I have to restart the game, lose everything, and redo everything again. The combat felt chunky, walking around felt chunky. I hate it when my main character doesn't speak. Well, I knew that from the beginning. The same was with Skyrim, but it's an older game. And I just don't like it when they don't just put the fucking voice acting in there. It's so easy. Come on, man. One time I had to do a mission. I had to sneak into a palace. And, well, there wasn't really sneaking involved because I just was walking around the guards and they could see me, but it just didn't do anything, so it didn't make sense at all. One time I went to prison, and for some reason I had the key to my fucking door and I could just open it and walk out. Does that make any sense? What the fuck? Well, that's enough negativity for today. I'm just gonna leave it at this. For me, it's gonna be a leave it for this buy it and leave it review. I wouldn't recommend buying it. If you're a gamer like me, you like in-depth storytelling RPGs like The Witcher or The Elder Scrolls with very large side quests and a lot of things to explore, well, this game just isn't it. It's pretty boring. There's not a lot to explore, and everything is just a little bit blunt and the combat's not that nice. So, don't hate me for it. It's just my honest opinion. I hope you guys have a great day. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and like this video if you liked it. Or dislike it if you don't like it. Whatever. Have a very great day and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.